back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. This is the recap for episode 1 of the series finale of Ghost season 4. And man, let me tell you, we're starting off on the right foot, and this is exactly what we wanted. We picking up from the end of that war against Noma, and now we're trying to find our way through this war and trying to find us any alliances that will help us out. Now, before we jump into this and we break down this episode, if you like power content, breakdowns, theories, predictions, recaps, anything dealing with the power universe, and you're at the right spot, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers, so we need 1,400. Each and every one of you, I appreciate you. Hit that like button. Now, Tariq, he's back at it, but only this time we're not in school. We're on the block and we're going to war. So let's jump into it. This is the recap for episode 1 of Ghost. We start the episode off with Brayden and Tariq pulling off from the war that they just went at it with Noma. They were in the warehouse shooting up everything, and they got to skirt out. Now, at this point, there's really no plan. There's no option for Tariq and Brayden but to potentially lay low. Now, they went out to the docks and they got to cover up the car, and Brayden's like, what's next? And Tariq is telling them, honestly, hey, Brayden, I didn't even plan for a war. I mean, no one ever really plans for a war. When you're trying to survive, you're just trying to make it out alive. So they're out here and they're kind of stuck trying to figure out what is the next move. Back at the warehouse, Noma got the Tejada kids and Effie lined up. Tariq is a problem when we need to get rid of Tariq right now. Y'all let him get away. He didn't drove off. In the back, we see that Obi, he's going ahead and knocking off 2 of the people that know about him and his green card. Because remember, he's the one that tipped Brayden off about, hey, they're about to go ahead and try to take Tariq out. So now the Tejada kids, they're like, all right, we need to go get even and take out Tariq. But we know that Drew and Diana are the ones that actually made all of this happen by using Tariq to try to get rid of Monet, but they messed it up. Kane doesn't know, and at this point, they just have to figure out how can they get Tariq, and that's both sides. Kane to get rid of him, Diana and Drew to make sure he doesn't say anything about the setup of Monet. Kane ended up getting shot at the end of season 3 when Brayden was shooting at him. So him and Effie, they're supposed to get him to his condo to get a doctor to get the bullet out. But instead, we see that him and Effie, as close as they were, she still seems like she has a little bit of love and a soft spot for Tariq. So he hops out the car and he goes to Trace's house because he wants to talk to the Westons to find out where Brayden is, because he wants to get rid of Brayden and Tariq, because Tariq is who he thinks shot his mother, because that's who Diana said. When he gets over here, he punches Trace, he pulls a gun on their dad, and he's like, where is Brayden? Trace is almost unalived. Luckily, Effie comes in and says, they don't know anything, Kane. We got to get out of here. So they end up leaving, but Effie did say his name. In the Westons, they said they won't have anything to do with this. We won't tell the police. Junior ended up running into Blanca. We know that he also has that thumb drive from Cooper Saxe. And Blanca is saying, nah, Tariq played us. We're not going to pursue him anymore. But as of right now, he's like, I have to go after Tariq. And whatever Saxe information gave me, I have to rely on it. Because one, Tariq messing with my auntie Angela, his dad, whatever they had going on, it ain't going to happen. Now, Paz hears this and she's telling Junior, nah, you need to stand down. Them St. Patrick's, he has a son, Tariq. Oh, Lord. So she's basically telling them the same thing. You need to be careful with this. But Junior's like, I got to do this for my auntie, because Angela, remember, she always looked out for him when he was young. And Paz being the mother, she's kind of like, I don't know if I want you to do this, but we know Junior's going to do what he does. Brayden and Tariq are trying to figure things out, so they go to a storage room that Tariq has. Brayden's thinking there's some money so they can get up out the city, but instead Tariq has other plans. It's some guns in there, some chops. And he's telling Brayden, I have a plan, and it's to get Anya. That's Noma's daughter. That's her weakness, so we have to do it. They end up pulling up to the warehouse where the plane is, the hangar. Now they're looking, and it's 2v5. Brayden's like, Tariq, what are we going to do? Tariq says, let's hop in that vehicle over there. Now, in the hangar, you can see Anya. She's inside of the Escalade. We can see the truck. We can see the plane. And there's also armed guards out there. But Tariq has a plan. What he's going to do is put a brick on the accelerator in the truck to make it seem like they're actually driving over there. The plan works. Noma's henchmen, they're shooting at the vehicle. Little do they know, behind them, it's an ambush. Tariq and Braden come out of the woodworks behind the building and they light it up. I'm talking one body, two body, three body. What was that, four? Four body, five body, knocking everything down. The only problem is they took all this time. When you looked over at the Escalade, Anya, security, they got her up out of here. So this is five less people that are going to be after Tariq and Braden, but they didn't get Anya, the weakness of Noma. We see Monet in the hospital. She's been shot up and we're wondering what's going to happen. But as the camera pans to the right, we look and we see Monet out of the bed, but we just see Monet on the ER bed. Well, it's Monet's out of body experience and she's looking at her body. And out of nowhere, she starts to see, psst, I see dead people. She turns around, it's Lorenzo and Mecca. And both of them are giving her a hard time saying, all of this is because of you, Monet. You unalive both of us, and now you're about to be unalive. That's karma. Now, Lorenzo and Mecca, they didn't see eye to eye. But now in the afterlife, they've been waiting for Monet to show up so they can get their revenge. While Tariq and Braden were having a shootout on the flight line, Diana and Drew, well, they were devising the plan to find out how to get Brayden. So what do? They go and they pick up Becca. Becca and Diana have been getting close and they're saying, hey, Brayden's in trouble. We need you to come with us. She's like, what? Let me call my family. They're like, no, just get in the car. We're going to go straight to him. Now we see Drew is on the phone and Drew calls up Brayden. Well, when Brayden answers, he hears his sister and Drew says, come to Pier 90, you and Tariq. And if not, we're going to unalive your sister. Now Brayden gets this phone call and you know he's hurting. Brayden gets the phone call and he's rushing. Hey, Tariq, what are you doing? We got to go. Pier 90. Drew got my sister Becca. Tariq is like, man, we just got in a shootout. Let's think this out. Let's call up Davis and see what Davis got to do. Can Davis help us out in this situation? Brayden's like, we don't have time for that. They're going to unalive my sister. So Brayden ends up driving off and Tariq has to make this phone call to Davis. As we know, Davis had gotten into a little bit of trouble thanks to Cooper Saxe, thanks to the investigation that he did with his brother. And, well, the bar is called, and as of right now, he is no longer a lawyer. So when Tariq calls, Tariq is like, hey, Davis, I need your help. I need you to be my lawyer. The Tejadas are all against me. They partnered up with Noma. Well, Davis has two beautiful things taking a shower with him because cleanliness is the closest to godliness. Now, he's like, Tariq, I'm not your lawyer anymore. And this is me having your back. Don't tell me anything and stay safe, brother. So Davis, he's fighting his own uphill battle. We finally see Anya. After the shootout, security did their job and got her the hell out of Dodge. When she gets home, we see Noma and Obi getting into it, and Obi gets slapped because I don't know if he was making a move or Obi is just saying, let me help you out, Noma. Whatever it is, she kicks him out the house. Now, Anya, she comes in and she doesn't know exactly what her mother does. And they also speak about her father who had a bullet in his head when they were over in Europe. She's mad at her mom, like, Ma, I'm supposed to be going to school and now you're pulling me out of school and bringing me here. What is going on? Noma doesn't have any control of this house. Tariq was right about this being her weak point. Kane and Effie finally make it back to the house. Now, Kane's getting the bullet taken out and you can hear Effie in the background. Kane, just chill. Kane's like, dang. Now, these two, they had a close relationship, but you could always sense that Effie always had a soft spot for Tariq. Now, they're getting close. The bullet is removed, and she ends up kissing Kane. And he's like, why you act like you don't care? So she kisses him, and they look at each other, and she says, hey, your face, it don't match the lies. So he starts faking it. My arm. She's like, oh, you okay? He says, you trying to distract me. We still need to go take out Tariq. So Kane, he ain't letting up. He's going to be pursuing Tariq as much as possible until he's gone. Well, Brayden ends up showing up. Now, Becca, she's like, let me call my parents. Drew takes the phone from her. She ends up pepper spraying him and getting out of the vehicle and running. Brayden sees his sister. He saves her. He's like, where's Drew? And out of nowhere, Drew's pulling up. But boom, you just hear a truck running to the side of Drew's car. I'm like, who the hell is it? Well, it turns out it's Tariq. Remember, he called Davis and Davis told him to be safe? Well, He caught back up with Brayden and he just saved him. He hops out the truck. He starts bucking. Pow, pow, pow. He ends up shooting Drew in the back of his leg. So Drew's trying to get out of there. Brayden, he's like, hey, hop in the car, Tariq. Tariq is discombobulated. He's trying to get out of there. He's still busting off shots. Man, season 1 is kind of crazy. Back at the hospital, Monet is still fighting for her life, but she is seeing ghosts. And everyone she did wrong within the family, her first baby daddy, Mecca, her second baby daddy / husband, Lorenzo, and then her firstborn son. I didn't lie. You did. You lied. Ezekiel Cross. She's like, give me a second chance. But that second chance with taking care of your other kids, you should have just left him in North Carolina. We see a different side of Zeke. He didn't get a chance to blossom. Now, after this conversation, Monet looks at her body and she can see that she's starting to bleed. And she's saying, no, I'm going to pull through. I'm not going to die. Not here, not now. Tariq and Braden make it back to campus. Now, the reason they came back to campus is because Tariq had a little bit of money. Now, no one knows where Brayden and Tariq is, but Kane and Effie know. Let's pull back up to the campus. Now, they run into Prashandria, and she's like, yeah, I just seen Tariq and Brayden. And she gives up the information. So now Kane knows this. He texts Noma, I found where the boys are. Noma put a $100,000 hit on Brayden and Tariq. So now they just sent this text message out to all the hitters in New York, and everyone is pulling up to Stansfield to try to find Tariq and Brayden and get that 100,000. They're trying to make it out of whatever little money Tariq did have stashed away. That $200,000 bounty that was put on Brayden and Tariq's head that I just mentioned was because Noma and Obi pulled up to Davis's house. Now, Davis isn't a lawyer, and they're saying, hey, won't you put that gun down? Why don't you work with us? You give in, Tariq and Brayden give us the location. That's $200,000. That's your best and easiest retaining fee that you ever got, because he's not a lawyer, so he's not making any money. But Davis, you got to remember, he from the street. Davis, he called a body. His brother took the charge. So he told them straight up, y'all not the first gun to walk up in my house. So y'all get on out of here. And he kept his weapon drawn. He said, I might get tired. And if I do, I might let off a shot or 2 or 3 or the whole thing. Back at Stansfield, Tariq and Brayden, they're about to leave. They're going through the garage. Well, guess who shows up? Pops up and shows them the badge. Well, it's Junior. And he's telling Tariq, oh, yeah, I know about your dad. And Tariq standing on his ground talking about, oh, yeah, Angela, your auntie, yeah, she used to be my dad's B. He's like, well, Cooper Saxe gave me some information, so I know all about you. And what I'm going to do is bring you down. Now, this plan was almost about to work. But you remember, there's a $200,000 bounty on Brayden and Tariq collectively. Now, one of the shooters is behind them with a silencer. Ping, ping, ping. Starts letting off shots. Tariq and Brayden, they get the hell out of there. Now we got a shootout between Junior and one of these hitmen from Noma. Junior takes out the hitman. Brayden and Tariq are watching. They pistol whip Junior in the back of the head, and Tariq comes up with a plan. He picks up the gun. He shoots a shot off to make it seem like he was the one that got rid of the hitter. And then they FaceTime Noma off of the shooter's phone. And they tell Noma, let's have a truce. If not, this Fed right here is going to be the one that's going to turn you in and blow up the whole operation. Now, OB is saying, hey, we can't have the Feds searching after us. It'll be over. So Noma, she's saying, okay, we'll have a truce. So she sends out a text message to everyone to stand down. And Tariq, he unalives Junior right there on the spot. After this happens, the whole Tejada family, they link up. Kane says he's going to act like he didn't see that bounty put on Tariq to stand down and cancel. So Drew's showing up. Drew got information from Diana. Everyone's like, oh, shucks. We got to really shut this operation down. Now, when Drew meets up with Kane, he tells him to stand down. Effie is the one that told Tariq that Kane was looking for him. And Tariq and Brayden are talking to the news and saying they seen somebody, the perp, shoot this federal agent, and they had to stop him. So Tariq picked up Junior's gun and shot at the guy and unalived him. Now Kane sees this, and him and Tariq make eye contact, but you know this beef ain't over. it ain't over. We finally get introduced to Don Carter. Now he's in the confessional, lighting some candles and telling the Lord he has sinned, but it's hard out here because his wife Denise was unalived. Now after he confesses his sins, he goes out into the hallway. Now when he gets out there, Pies is out there. Now remember, he was on route to be the chief of police, to be the commissioner, the top dog. So he knows about Angela. And she's saying Tariq St. Patrick, he had something to do with my son's unaliving. And he's like, wait, Angela's nephew? She said, yeah. He's like, oh, he just joined the force. Well, don't worry about it. I'm on this task force, and it's my job. I'm going to bring down this Tariq guy, whoever he is, and you can quote me on that. All right, there you go. The recap for episode 1. Let me know what you rate this episode and how do you think the season is going to go moving forward. My name is Monet. I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers. So if I said anything to make you think, or you just like the show and you want to talk about it, then go ahead and comment below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.